It being 7:05, I will call the meeting of the Select Board back into order in open session. Note this meeting is being televised, streamed, or recorded by Bourne TV. If anyone in the audience is recording or videotaping, they need to acknowledge it at this time. Yes, and you are?
Callie Remillard.
Hi, Callie.
Trinity Prune.
What is it?
Trinity Prune.
Trinity Prune, okay.
P-O-O-N.
Thank you. Use of flash photography during select board meetings is prohibited. If anyone in the public wishes to access the meeting, they can do so by calling the conference line 1-929-205-6099. The Zoom meeting ID is 869-5775-5505, and the password is Bourne, all uppercase, B-O-U-R-N-E. The Zoom chat will not be monitored. Participants who wish to speak must raise the hand icon until the chair asks them to unmute. All items within the meeting agenda are subject to deliberation and votes. First item is a moment of silence to recognize our troops and public safety personnel. And salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next read is a reading of the Select Board Vision. Someone like to read the vision?
Trying to get up top here. Hold on. I can take the vision in about 2 seconds. Bourne is a proud community that embraces change while respecting the rich heritage of the town and its villages. It is a municipality based on strong fiscal government with a durable economy that recognizes the rights of all citizens, respects the environment, especially the coastal areas of the community, and the amenities that it affords. Bourne embraces excellent education and offers to citizens a healthy, active lifestyle.
Thank you. And the mission?
I'll read it. Bourne will maximize opportunities for social and economic development while retaining an attractive, sustainable, and secure coastline and environment for the enjoyment of residents and visitors. Through responsible and professional leadership and in partnership with others, Bourne will strive to improve the quality of life for all residents living and working in the larger community.
Thank you. Community shout out and recognition. I have two things. One is a thank you to the Bourne Historic Society and the Bourne Wareham Race Amity Group for organizing the Juneteenth celebration at Uptuxet. It was a really good day. Next is congratulations to Maeve West, who's an Upper Cape Tech senior, for placing 6th in the nation at the Skills USA Baking and Pastry Competition in Atlanta.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Nice.
I actually have one.
Go ahead.
I'd like to recognize Elaine Coughlin, who was the leader for Sight Loss Services, the group that met at the Bourne Community Center with Bourne. People were able to come to the Bourne Community Center, a lot from our community, on the third Tuesday, I believe, in every month. She's retiring, and I just wanted to wish her the best. And also, it looks like, fingers crossed, it looks like the Bourne group will be able to continue, and it'll start picking up meetings again in September. So
That's great. Peter?
We have one firefighter, well, we have 3 firefighter ones. We'd like to, congratulations to David Cody for for announcing his retirement. He is now helping us in another capacity once Maureen goes on vacation for a little bit. And then he will be gone for good, I think, by the 9th. Because of that, we now have David Palonzi as interim fire chief and Joseph Carraro Jr. is interim assistant fire chief. So good luck to all of them, and to Michael Mulligan, who retired after 23 years as a patrolman and sergeant on the Bourne Police Department. And Officer McGassey was promoted to sergeant. If you listen to if you read his credentials from the other day, they were very impressive. So exciting times in Bourne Public Safety.
Great, thank you. Next item I'm just going to report out on the executive session. The Select Board had an executive session to consider the lawsuit Mary Frances Galligan et al. Versus the Town of Bourne Board of Health, 2472 CV 00063, Barnstable Superior Court. The board voted to agree to enter into a stipulation of dismissal of the suit against the town. Next item, public comments on non-agenda items. Is there anyone signed up for public comment on non-agenda items? Anyone on Zoom? Seeing none. Next item is poll hearing. Poll hearing for 457 Circuit Ave to the base poll 172/1-S at Kennebunk Ave. And what do we have here for? We have someone from NSTAR, or?
I believe NSTAR is on Zoom.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, could you introduce yourself? And,
My name is Faith Button, for everything for the, manhole on Circuit Avenue.
so this is for underground and cable conduit locations. Plan number 156-35963, dated February 7th, 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are there any questions from the board?
It's pretty,
Is there a motion to approve the
Madam-
underground cable locations?
Madam Chair,
Yes.
because this is a public hearing, I do.
Oh, we have to ask.
Yep.
Okay.
And I do want to remind you that there are 2 public comments for the hearing in your packet on
Okay.
page 10 and 11 that the board can enter into the record.
Okay. So I will open the public hearing. And note that there are 2 comments from the public for the public record. Faye Sweetman, right-of-way agent, enclosed you'll find 1 petition, covering the installation of underground cable and conduit, install 33 feet of 1 to 3 inch conduit from HH at 457 Circuit Ave to HH at base pole 172-1-S at Kennebunk Avenue, Pecasset, Mass. Then we have the petition signed by Faye Sweetmay, and the map, and comment from Christopher Pratt. During the hearing, please make sure the following issue is covered. Installation of underground power cables would obviously cost a lot more than stringing wires from the already existing power pole. Will the property owner pay for this? NSTAR should not, as this would be preferential treatment and the cost would have to be paid by other NSTAR customers. Do you have an answer for that?
Is he questioning the tree trimming?
He's saying that this is, that it's more
Who's paying for the
expensive.
work?
Who's paying for the work? Is it the property owner that's paying for this conduit, or is this conduit for NSTAR?
Or Eversource.
Eversource.
Yes, she called in and asked that question, and it's the property owner.
Okay. The second question is, the power pole is at the end of Kennebunk Avenue power line, and it is the only power pole along the entire waterfront of Circuit Ave. If the underground installation for 457 Circuit Ave is approved, it would make sense to do the same for any other houses which are powered from the same pole, and the pole could be removed from the scenic view. Is that in the plans?
To remove the pole? No.
Okay.
If they want underground, or if they want to change to underground, then that's each particular customer and different work order numbers and different engineering to be
Okay.
done.
So each customer would need to request if they wanted it to be underground.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Then the second public comment is from Brian McCarter. As part of Dig Once, NSTAR should be leaving conduit for fiber optic and other telecom strands to run through the ground whenever the ground is broken. Given the digging is primary cost, the conduit is nearly cost-free to add at the same time. Will there be conduit channel alongside whatever they're running with space for fiber?
If there's a request for Verizon or, anything else, that would be something that the customer would have to do at that time. And if we know that they're doing it at that time, we can try to make arrangements so everything's done at once. But unless that call has already been made, we wouldn't reach out to them for that.
How does it decided if it's like a 1 or 3 inch cable?
That I don't know. I can ask, engineering.
Because I mean, I know from my own location that we did underground from on our lot, so we did put space for cable because it made sense, but, yeah. Okay. Are there any other comments from the public or questions? Okay. Close the public hearing?
Correct.
Motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Motion by Peter, second by Anne Marie, to close the public hearing. Do you need a roll call? No.
No, you don't need a roll call.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous.
Motion to approve the application presented in that packet.
Is there, do you have a formal motion, Mary Jane?
They didn't give me a formal
Okay.
motion. Motion to approve the application as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous. Okay. And Jean, this will be your signature. At the end of the meeting, we'll do it. Okay. Next joint meeting with the Finance Committee. Bourne Public Schools, request for middle school chiller, capital financial policy B-2-3. Do you have a quorum you call in the Finance Committee to order? Jim?
Call to meet to order, 7:18.
Do they want to come up? That's it.
Okay. So, I don't know, Jim, if you saw this email, but there was an email this afternoon, which I will read from Carrie Quinlan. Joe, Dr. Joe.
I think I got that, did I?
Oops.
The one in our packet, or?
No, it's not in the packet. She wrote this afternoon at 3:31.
I did not receive that.
Dear Marlene, MJ, and James.
That's why we didn't get it.
No, it was only, it wasn't.
Okay.
First of all, first on behalf of the schools, I want to sincerely thank you for discussing the emergency request at the meetings last week. Through our capital planning process that includes the 2019 facility condition assessment and the more recent investment grade audit, we consider ourselves good stewards of our buildings. Therefore, it was disheartening to learn that this piece of equipment failed. As was suggested to us, we had hoped to keep it in good working order with the recommended compressor repair. However, with the information we have in hand now, most importantly, the outlook for the long lead time, it seems best to rescind this emergency capital request. It was never our intention to divert funding away from other important town projects, rather to keep the town in the loop as we gathered more information on this unforeseen issue. In advance of the meeting tonight, we felt we should let you know that we are rescinding the request in case you wanted to preemptively cancel that agenda item. It looks like a full agenda, and we wanted to be respectful of everyone's time. Both Jordan and I are still available to attend if you would like as well. We will prepare necessary documentation and presentation for this to be considered part of the fall town meeting. Thank you for your continued support of students. Regards, Carrie. And I did write back to her that I didn't think it was necessary for them to come in person to the meeting, and I didn't think there would be too many questions, so, but I said if they wanted to come by Zoom, they were certainly welcome. So, I don't know if anyone has any questions about this.
I will support the request once it's goes through the proper channels of the capital outlay and to us in the finance committee and then the town meeting in the fall. It's definitely needed, but, it's better off just following the formal process to do it right the first time.
And one of the things that became evident in the whole discussion of this is that the school department is contemplating adding this chiller project to the EMS, the ESCO contract.
Yep.
And so there's a whole process that has to be followed to do that, and in order to follow that process, it needs to be, really go through capital outlay, and for them to say, this is the process we're gonna use, and these are the approvals that we have, so.
Good.
And they said that they would be doing that as part of the fall process, so. I don't know if anyone has any questions, comments? Okay.
I think that's the proper avenue.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
I
explained it.
think we'll better serve all around what needs to get done. Being fiscally responsible, having capital put their eyes on it, having FinCom put their eyes on it, make sure it's well vetted.
Right. And we understand.
And, right, and give it time to see if there is something more or something else, and maybe it's more than 250,000, and how that's going to fit into the big picture.
Okay.
Sounds
Any
good.
comments from town administrator, anything? No? Any comments from finance committee? Okay. Do you want to adjourn your meeting?
Motion to adjourn? Motion Priscilla, second by Tom. Roll call vote, because it's some remote. Amanda?
Yes.
Wayne?
Yes.
Carla?
Yes.
Thank you. Priscilla?
Yes.
Tom? Yes. And I vote yes. So you adjourn. 7:23. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is consent agenda. We have a pretty long list on our consent agenda this evening. Item A, car wash for Bourne High School golf team, Fire Station 3 Sagamore and Fire Station 4 Pecasset on September 7th, 2024, rain date September 8th, as conditioned by departments. B, car wash for Bourne High School class of 2025, Fire Station 3 Sagamore, Fire Station 4 Pecasset on September 14th, 2024, rain date September 15th, September 14th, okay, as conditioned by departments. 4th of July Parade, Wings Neck Trust, use of town roads and town vehicles on July 6, 2024, as conditioned by departments. Item D, one-day beer and wine license for Pours and Bites LLC, Cape Cod Canal Day, Buzzards Bay Park on September 21st, 2024, as conditioned by departments. Item E, Town of Bourne Rec Department, use of Buzzards Bay Park for Family Paint Night on July 24, 2024, as conditioned by departments. Item F, Bourne Youth Council, Halloween event on October 19th, 2024, rain date 10/20, as conditioned by departments. Item F1, use of Buzzards Bay Park for flash mob. Item F2, trick-or-treating along Main Street. Item G, donation made to the Council on Aging for $25. Item H, donation made to the library for $500. Item I, a 5-year memorandum of understanding with Barnstable County IT Services consistent with reorganization vote at the 4/16/2024 Select Board meeting. Item J, committee appointments. Charles Devlin as constable for a term ending June 30th, 2025. And 2, Mary Smith on the recycling committee for a term ending June 30th, 2027. And K, town administrator request to carry over 47 hours vacation time for use in FY '25. Is there a
Item-
motion?
Item D, if you look at the application in item D, it's a typo, but it says 131 Court Street, Buzzards Bay, and it should be 131 Court Street, Plymouth, Mass. And I did verify that with Marie earlier today.
Wait a minute, item D,
Yep.
Pours and Licenses LLC for Cape Cod Canal Day, Buzzards Bay Park.
Yeah, no, but if you look at the form, it's a typo on the
On the
application.
application?
On the application.
Okay,
That's all right, we can correct that.
okay.
Okay.
So,
But item-
noted that the application needs to be corrected on the application for the Canal Day liquor license, that it is at Buzzards Bay Park. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I don't want to hold it up. I just want to know, make sure that it gets fixed, that correction internally or externally, whoever does it. But I recommend approval of the whole consent agenda that's in our packet,
With
that one
the
change.
note on item D is amended.
Second.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous.
Moving on.
Okay. Item 9, discussion and possible vote, ISWIM Building Committee. Have we approved the charge for the building committee? Do we have to approve the charge and the building committee? Discussion and possible for the,
Yes, you approved the charge in concept, and then I
Okay.
drafted it up, it's in your packet, but you should vote the charge as well tonight.
okay. So, I don't know if anyone's here that has applied for the ISOM Building Committee. We have Greg Sarunian, 29 Shaker Drive.
You might be trying to get one.
Who has a resume and a statement in here. We have,
Nolan Leroy and Catherine Walton.
Catherine, yeah.
Nolan Leroy.
Yes.
If any of these people are here and they want to say something, we'll give them a chance. Next is
Catherine Walton.
Catherine Walton.
And Azer on behalf of.
So Greg Sarunian, an architect, right?
Mhm.
Nolan Leroy
That was construction
is
experience.
construction.
Yeah.
Catherine Walton,
At large.
At
At
large,
large.
yeah.
project manager, kind of.
Mm-hmm. And then
ISWIM.
Asa.
Asa
Yeah.
Mintz is the staff person for operations.
And
An attorney, I don't think applied, but I have a
And-
couple I've reached out to gauge their interest.
Okay.
but Tom Joyce says FinCom.
Yep.
Tom Joyce has already been appointed,
Yep.
yeah. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Is there someone else? I thought there was only one
And there's
missing.
supposed to be,
Just someone with contract law experience.
yeah,
That was one of the
and then a select board person.
recommendations. And
okay,
Peter.
And
Yeah.
Peter, okay,
Yeah. And Peter.
okay. All right. So,
I'll make a motion that we appoint Tom Joyce as the Finance Committee representative, Asa Mintz as the ISWAM staff member, Catherine Walton as the at-large member, building commercial construction, it would be Noah Reroy, and Gregory Sarunian as the architect and design expert, and then someone separately will just need to appoint me because I can't appoint myself.
I think we already appointed, did we already? do
We
that?
did.
Oh, you can,
We did. Remember when we did all our appointments at once?
Yep.
Well, I don't think we did, but I guess,
well, we'll do it separate.
we'll appoint you
We'll
again.
appoint these and then,
yeah.
okay. So there's a motion by Peter, second by
I'll second.
Melissa. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? And is there a motion to appoint Peter as the select board representative?
So approved.
Second.
Motion
So
by
moved.
Anne Marie. Second by Melissa. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Okay, and so, do we have any questions about the committee charge as drafted? There was something I had thought about, but I don't. Is there anything in here about approving change orders?
Well, just
The,
There was invoices, I think I did find.
approval of all invoices. Wouldn't that be considered an invoice?
yeah, change
Changeovers
orders.
are invoices.
You have to do the change order and then the invoice, so they would have to be involved in the change order process. That's it's part of the invoicing.
Okay. Where's the invoicing? Approve the
6.
invoices in 6.
In 6, last line.
Could we just put in oversight of all construction, comma, change orders, and approval of all invoices? And then I would entertain a motion to approve the charge as amended.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Peter, second by Anne Marie. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstentions, it's unanimous. Discussion and possible vote, ISWIM budget transfer.
Oh, sorry, are you waiting for me, Dan?
Dan, you want to come up and explain?
Good evening, Madam Chair and the board. Thank you very much for your consideration of our request tonight, but also thank you very much for your time and efforts towards the building committee. It's a new venture for us, and Marlene and Liz have been fantastic in helping us out and keeping it moving, so we appreciate it. Yep, we're requesting a transfer tonight from salaries into our operating budget. As you're probably well aware, we undertook an interesting project this year. We were barging our wastewater down to Passaic, New Jersey. Found out it was very successful. Worked out very well for us. It went smooth. In fact, some of our competitors have called and asked us how to make it work, so we were happy about that. It's a little bit more expensive. Just to give you an idea, on average, our local runs, which we maintain, we currently have 4 places to go, and we still maintain those, and they're right around 18 to 20 cents a gallon. the barge is about 29 cents a gallon. The good news about the barge is that they take large quantities. It's a very large facility, very well run. They did an environmental audit on us. We did an environmental audit on them. Not something I've seen in years, but prior years, in this business anyways, it was always done. So that made us feel good. And obviously, we ran up a bill, playing catch up on the water. We had a wet winter, we had a very wet spring, which didn't help us out any. So those are the reasons why we got behind a little bit on the budget and are seeking some extra money to pay it down.
So,
Any questions from the board? I have a question. Do you know what the final leachate number was?
Total?
Yeah,
I don't. We were finishing it up today. Paula was getting the last of it.
okay.
I will say this much, that, at the end of March, or I'm sorry, at the end of May, we were about 2.5 million gallons ahead of where we were last year. Multiply that by 29 cents and say we put it all on the barge, you're looking at about $750,000 right there. But it has made us very happy in that we were able to get to a lot of things that we couldn't get to before in that system to get it fixed and get it up and running the way it should be, so.
Oh, that's good to hear. I'm just, because the leachate number is a huge, I just want people to understand that
Oh.
leachate is like millions of dollars. It's
Oh,
not like,
absolutely.
this isn't like, this is a small piece of the total. Other contracted services budget is huge, and the leachate budget is huge.
It's
so.
the number one expense in the leachate budget. It's 2.35 million this year.
Is it
for-
budgeted? Or,
Yes,
yeah.
that's what we budgeted.
Okay,
We didn't have the barge in our budget sites
Yeah.
at that point. That was still a very far reach for us. So we didn't budget for that. And we will this year.
I think we put leachate up this year for FY '25 anyway. I think it's higher.
We did.
Yeah,
We did. And
we always do.
I'm sure the boss is gonna have something to say as we move forward into fall
Less
town
rain,
meeting,
like
wherever
we
we
need,
go.
like less rain. Okay.
Yes.
All right, any other questions about the leachate transfer? Is there a motion?
make a motion that we approve the ice RAM budget request by removing 205,000 from the salaries, laborers line item, and increase the other contracted services in the amount of $205,000.
Second.
Motion by Peter, second by Melissa. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, abstentions? You're good to go. Thanks, Dan.
Great, thanks a lot, folks.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Licenses and events. Okay. We had a lot of license and a lot of events on our consent agenda, and now we're going to the licenses and events that are either new or a renewal with some sort of change in the event. So, first one is licenses. 1 day all alcohol liquor license for Mass Maritime Parents Association, 101 Academy Drive on August 17th, 2024, as conditioned by departments. Is anyone here to speak to that license?
Yes, I'm Susan Bianchi. I'm here on behalf of the Mass Maritime Parents Association. We're having a food truck event on the evening of Saturday. Not on the evening, I think it starts at 5 to 8 o'clock. And it's the night before the new 540 new cadets arrive at the Academy. And it will be on Academy Drive, and we're working with the Food Trucks of America who applied for the license.
Okay. Any questions from the board?
No, it's more of a statement. I can say from my past experience living on Academy Drive and seeing what the TMMA Parent Association does every year with their event on the Friday evening, that it always goes off without a hitch. They do a great job and everything, so I have no problem approving this license because they have it all under control and they do a great job down there.
Okay. And your
This is gonna benefit the town. The whole town is invited to come to this event. It's a family event. And it's gonna be a wonderful time for all the new incoming parents, for the new cadets, and for our town. And we're also requesting, I hope it's on the agenda for tonight, to put up a banner like we did for a past event that we had.
It is under events, and the banner is a separate item under events.
Okay.
So, this license is the liquor license going with the event. So we are voting the liquor license right now, and then we'll have a separate item to vote the,
Banner.
it's actually number 5 on events, so you'll have to stick around a while, but
Madam
it's a
Chair,
separate vote.
Make a motion that we approve the one-day alcohol liquor license for the MMA Parents Association 101 Academy Drive for August 17, 2024, as conditioned by departments.
Second.
Motion by Peter, second by Anne Marie. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, any opposed, abstentions?
And Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion to take item 5 or V out of order.
Adam BV.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need a motion, or can we just-
Oh, Chairman courtesy, we
I
don't
think
need.
it's the discretion of the chair.
everyone agreed to take?
No one objects, so
Sure.
I think
Yes,
it's
okay,
discretion of the chair.
All right. So now it's discussion possible vote, MMA Parents Association to hang banner across Main Street to promote food truck and craft beer festival, August 17th, 2024. That banner to be hung 3 weeks prior to the event per town bylaws. Is there any discussion on the association hanging banner and food truck and craft beer festival?
I make a motion to approve the MMA Parents Association to hang a banner across Main Street to promote the food truck and craft beer festival 3 weeks prior to event per town bylaws
Second.
on August 17th.
Motion by Melissa, second by Anne Marie. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any abstentions? Opposed, it's unanimous in favor, okay. Is there an event thing, or did we do the,
No, it's just 2 items, the sign and the liquor, the license for the one-day liquor.
right, have we approved it, or is this motion supposed to approve the food truck festival as well?
It's on state
Not on
property.
town property.
Okay, oh, it's on Academy Drive,
Yeah,
okay. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, you can have it. On your own property.
Get liquor.
All right, thank you.
Good luck, thank you.
Thank you.
Hoping for great weather. I'm sure it will be.
I hope you all can come.
We will try. Okay, next event is discussion and possible vote, South Shore Action for Hope, use of Buzzards Bay Park for a 1K walk and gathering on October 19th, 2024, subject to departmental conditions. Is there anyone here from South Shore Action for Hope? Seeing none, is there any discussion or motion on the item?
It's a subject to departmental conditions. Is it clear to
What?
Marlene?
Yeah, so whatever the comments, were there any comments on this?
On this, I can't remember on this
All
one.
right,
There-
so we have to go to the events.
It looks like the same comments, anybody's in the park, like no stakes are allowed at Buzzard
Yeah.
Bay Park, no
Yeah,
grouse
it's,
pro.
it's the usual things
Yeah.
that they say, or you have to let us know if you're doing this, or let us know, so
Right, you
whatever
have to
conditions the
remove-
department put in
Yeah,
the,
they have to
on
renew
the
their raffle
application.
permit.
Making
they-
sure it
yeah.
wasn't something
You know,
special.
we just put it in there so that we understand, and they understand it's subject to whatever.
Conditions. or-
Conditions.
Got it.
So is there a motion on B1?
Yeah, so move.
Second. Oh,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead,
Anne Marie.
Melissa.
Either way, either way.
Motion by Peter, second by Anne Marie. Is there any further discussion?
We're just trying to be efficient.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstentions? It's unanimous. Okay, next, discussion and possible vote. Chelsea Co. event, September 7th, 2024, subject to departmental conditions. One, use of sand spit patches at beach for wedding ceremony. 2, wedding reception, block party, Pequot Ave road closure. Oh, so this one we might need to discuss. Is there anyone here for the wedding? So on this, I gotta figure out where this is.
From the looks of it, they're gonna have trolley, bring people in by trolley,
They're gonna
so,
bring people trolley. The question that the police and fire were concerned about closing the road. And a lot of times in the past, they've kind of said, at least one lane of the road has to be open. I mean, do we? Which one is this?
for Barbara.
Chelsea Coben. It's on
Right.
page 57. We have 103 pages of events to review. So,
And the police department's comments are on page 69 of your event packet.
yeah.
And it-
Right, they're concerned with making sure alcohol is consumed on the property and not on the roadway.
right.
And they do not support the closure.
One detail officer for each end.
And they wanted detail officers
Yeah,
on
on
each
each end, yeah.
end. So,
If the select board approves closure of the road.
right. So, you remember that wedding that was on Grasslands Lane, I
Yeah.
think, where they wanted to kind of do the same thing? It was really gonna be a neighborhood kind of thing. They were keeping on the lawns. They wanted the one lane of the road in front of the lawns closed,
Yeah.
so that, there was space. I mean, did we get a map of this at all?
Pequot Ave is the one that winds through.
It kind of
It's not a
cuts all the way
short jog.
through.
Yeah, it kind of winds around and there's a V.
Winds through Patchogue. It's a narrow road and the houses are very
Yeah,
tight. I don't even know if you can,
but that's not just a short jog for the whole street.
And they wanted to close the whole
Yeah.
what does it say? 66.
Well, where do they wanna close it? I know the length of their property or something, the frontage of their property.
no, they want the road closed so that no traffic
You can
goes
go
through.
But you can't do that.
They want to do a block party type thing, but that's a long road to close. And that's got an intersecting road, Hope
It
Ave.
does,
So
yep.
it depends on where.
So, all right, so we have comment from the police department, no concerns with party on private property as long as liquor license laws and bylaws are being followed. No sale of alcohol, all alcohol consumption on private property and on the roadway. PD does not support the closure of the public road due to public safety concerns. If the select board approves closure of the road, PD will require one detail officer for each end of the closure.
Who absorbs the cost of that?
The applicant,
The
The
applicant,
applicant would have to.
yeah.
4 hours each for each detail at a minimum.
That's a lot.
Right.
But at least then, with alcohol, if you have to put details on either side, they can see who's, maybe that will keep them.
But even closing the road doesn't allow them to drink on the
Right.
road.
No,
Right,
but
right.
it deters them from getting out of here.
Yes, so.
And they don't want to block emergency. It says the response was.
Will, the fire department said, will emergency vehicle access be blocked as part of the block party? And it says emergency access will not be blocked, wanting only to block through traffic. So, I mean, they can't block someone who lives on the road
Right,
from
well,
going on the
that's our
road.
point.
I
Correct.
mean,
And there's intersecting roads, so if there's one on each end, what about
The middle.
the middle? Because you can
Yeah.
get across.
If we had more of a description of exactly what
I-
section, that would be
this
helpful.
is September 7th, right? So I would say, I mean, my inclination is not to approve the road closure, to approve the use of the Sandspit Patras Beach for the wedding ceremony. Not to approve the road closure. If they want to come back and give us some more detailed plans about how it would all work, we could discuss it, but it doesn't seem like, I mean, if everyone's at the party, it's not going to be a lot of people driving, really.
We just have to clarify that local residents can get access to their lots and
Well, I guess make
where
a-
the detailed
Well, if the road
officers
isn't
would-
closed, they, yeah,
Right.
they have it.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
May I make a motion to approve number one, the use of
Approve
Sandspit.
2-1.
Yeah, use of Sandspit, Patras down for wedding ceremony. We'll start with that one. So that's, yes, my motion.
Second.
Motion by Peter, second by Melissa, to approve the use of the Sandspit Patras Beach for the wedding ceremony. As described, in other words, that they're having a trolley to have people, to transport people. Okay. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, abstentions? So that's unanimous.
In a motion to continue discussion number 2.
I don't think we should
No.
continue. I think we should
Motion to
it.
deny Pequot
And
Ave road
then
closure.
If they want to come back, if they want to make a subsequent request to the board.
I just feel if we continue, it's just,
I think,
you know, it's just one the same, you know, if they want, they gotta come back. I guess, motion to deny the wedding reception block party for,
Well,
No.
notion to,
Close it.
to deny the road
Road closure.
closure.
yes, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
second.
Um, Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, abstentions? It's unanimous. I mean, the way this works, if they want to make another application and
Right,
provide
they-
more information, they are certainly welcome to do that, but
Yeah, there's no,
it's on them to like figure it out, what they want to, and to clarify maybe with the police and fire department what they would want to see in order to have it approved, so. Okay. Next item, discussion and possible vote. Tour de trees, September 25th, 2024, subject to departmental conditions. 1, use of town roads for the bike ride. 2, use of Bourne Veterans Memorial Community Center for tree planting and informational vendors.
On item 3, triple I, number 2, use of plantings, I mean, shouldn't we loop in the trustees in with this discussion, you know, just out of courtesy?
Well, they'd actually have to go to the.
Don't they have to go to
they-
the-
I figured it,
I don't know, it's not the building.
it's not, they wouldn't be planting in the building.
yeah, no, that, but still though, it's,
Who coordinates where they plant trees? Is there anything in this about,
The DPW would.
I mean, and one of the reasons I say that is we have force main like going up along this property, so they can't,
The DPW would have to,
so what was the departmental condition? Was there a departmental condition for Public Works?
no, I'm sorry, it looks like, hang on, we got the wedding in here twice.
Trees.
I think we accidentally put the wedding in instead.
No, because there was a change in the wedding, remember? To public to private. So the first one was the original, and the second one was this changeover, I thought.
Yeah, I don't,
Yeah, we didn't include,
Well, we still have some
Oh,
time. in
well,
it.
there is Tree Fund, Tour de Trees.
Yeah, that's in there.
Naperville. John, I think the Chelsea Co. was before and after. I think it was stuck in the middle.
But there's no comments from the department heads is one
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
We don't have all of the information in here.
Okay, so we want to postpone, we have time for this, right?
Yes, let's postpone this.
Postpone this to July 16th.
Motion to postpone this item to July 16th.
Second.
There isn't anyone for this here, right?
Mm-mm.
No, okay, so we didn't convene with someone that can't, okay. So it was motion by Peter, second by Jean.
Yep.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, abstentions? Postponed. Okay. Next item. Discussion and possible vote, Lions District 33S Seaside Walk Fest, use of Buzzards Bay Park on September 28th, 2024. One-day entertainment license for 3 bands during the event. Is there anyone here for Lions District? Please come forward. Welcome.
Finally got to you.
Would you like to talk about your event? We have,
I mean, I can answer any
introduce yourself,
questions.
just introduce yourself. and-
My name's Steve Guerin. I'm the first Vice District Governor, District 33S, Lions. Lions have 46 clubs on the South Shore, including one in Bourne. So,
Okay.
and we've been actually doing a walk very similar to this at Scusset Beach for about 30 years. And we changed it to Buzzards Bay Park this year because we want more visibility. We want people to come from the community.
Awesome.
Looks like a great event.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
a spectacular event. Yeah.
Nice.
We got 3 local bands,
Oh,
a couple of
nice.
food trucks, and it's the week after Canal Days, so we're really looking forward to bringing the community in. Doing several service projects that day as well.
Okay.
Make a motion that we approve item for IV subset 1, use of Buzzards Bay, the Lions District 335 for the use of Buzzards Bay Park on September 28th, 2024, subject to conditions by town departments.
And the one-day entertainment license for
Oh.
3 bands during the event.
I was going to do them separately, but we can do them together. All right, and so that's my motion.
Second.
Motion by Peter, second by Anne Marie. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, abstentions? It's unanimous.
Thank you, hope to see you all there.
Good,
Yeah,
thank you.
Have a great
Yeah.
event.
Week after.
Okay, we did 5.
Lacrosse.
Now it's discussion and possible vote. Bourne Youth Lacrosse event on July 28th, 2024, as conditioned by departments. 1, use of Buzzards Bay Park. 2, waiver to allow use of grills. Is there anyone here from Bourne Youth Lacrosse? Seeing none, is there any discussion or comment?
As long as the grills are on the pavement or the macadam surface, I have no problem with allowing a grill in there, you know, because
Where do they do the grills for National Night Out?
on the grass, right next to the left of the pavilion. If we're standing at the pavilion, it's to the left.
Yeah, so that's fine though, isn't it? Yeah.
As long as it's, I'm sure.
I mean, I would say that have the location of the grills subject to approval. Did they give us a map
They
where they were
just gave
planning?
the stipulation that it shouldn't be under the tent, they should have
Yeah.
fire
That's all,
extinguishers.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, subject to, placement of the grill will be subject to approval or recommendation from the appropriate town department.
yeah. Is that a motion?
Yes.
I was wondering.
Motion to approve
Second.
the Bourne Youth Cross, okay. Motion by Peter, second by Anne Marie. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, abstentions? It's unanimous. Okay, that is it for events. Well, we can't say that nothing happens
I
in
know.
Bourne, because we've got lots of events going on.
That's good.
Okay, next, policy. Hey, moving right along here. Request to extend the deadline for submission under the road acceptance and taking policy, Spinnaker Drive and Daniel Webster. And I see Susie Perry is here, so welcome. Would you just like to talk about what you've been doing with your application?
What we've been doing is quite Herculean, if I may say.
Yes.
Yes.
Given that we had hardly any time to pull it together, and we nearly did it. We pulled it off pretty close, but we hit a few snags, and I was hoping to go over that with you guys. We submitted the petition, we have the certified abutters list, we got the core sampling done, we got the legal work done, and we submitted that. We have our as-bills, which are with the planning board, and have been told by Bracken Engineering that they're very good as-bills. The problem is we don't have a recording device for the Barnstable County Registry of Deeds, and we do not have the legal meets and bounds, the legal description. Bracken Engineering called me at 4 o'clock today and told me they can make July 31st for those two outstanding items. So that's kind of where we stand. I was hoping to get a deadline extension to July 31st, but I also want to be respectful of Tim Leiden's time. I know that this is asking a lot, and if he would like to weigh in.
Is he here?
He is. Bottom right.
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay. Very small picture and small print, so I can't tell because I don't have my Zoom on. Tim, you want to speak to this?
Yeah, no, I was just saying, Tim Lyden of the engineering department. I think a 30-day extension I won't have an issue with that this time around because we really only have this one petition to review. So if that would be fine by me.
Okay.
To July, motion to approve the continuance to July 30th, 2024.
31st.
Well, wait, all right, so let's careful about the motion. So what we're approving is a waiver for this year on the policy to allow
The applicant.
the applicant to have until July 31st, 2024 to submit all of the required materials.
Okay, that's a Wednesday. The only reason I was saying the third, could we meet on the third, so with the 31st?
Well, we're not.
It's not gonna be on the agenda that night. I guess.
It does, we have a policy, they're submitting a petition, if they can get everything into the engineering department by July 31st,
yeah.
that's it. That's a hard deadline.
Yes.
That's a hard deadline.
I just want to make one clarification as well, if I could. So Bracken Engineering is going to produce the recordable device, and that recordable device, which will also result in that Mylar that you guys will need, that is going to be a very detailed recordable device per the Barnstable Registry County of Deeds regulations and requirements. And he's going to work, I think he's going to reach out to Tim as well to just make sure that it has what you guys need for the town of Bourne stamp, because I believe that you need to have something on there as well. And that is going to point to, all of the information on this recordable device is going to point to the as-built, and he has a way of doing it. He says he's done this before, so I just want to make sure that we understand what they're going to produce.
Does that sound right to you, Tim?
Yeah, I mean, Bracken had reached out to me previously and will continue to work with them throughout the process.
Okay. We can't say that what they provide is going to be actually acceptable. We can't say that, but you have until July 31st, if we pass this motion, to submit those documents. Yeah, we have to be careful what we're saying. Okay, and I think, excuse me, we didn't pass the policy until April, I think, so this is kind of a year that we understand it's a tight timeline, and next year they'll have had over a year to get it all together.
And we appreciate the neighborhood being the first out of the gate and helping us navigate the process.
Definitely.
We're the experimental ones, so
Thank you.
happy to pave the way for everyone else.
Okay,
Jim?
yes.
Make a motion to approve the request to extend the deadline for submission under the road acceptance intake and policy for Spinnaker and Daniel Webster until July 31st, 2024.
Second.
Motion by Peter, second by Jean. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed, abstention? It's unanimous. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Okay, next item. Another policy item. Draft marijuana policies.
There we go.
All right, so we have the social equity plan. We have the Bourne Select Board marijuana licensing criteria. And we have the host community agreement, which is still showing some things, but I think we've kind of done all these, so this,
Yeah,
these
it's
changes
just
will
showing
be
the
accept-
formatting.
Yeah, so this will be like, all these changes will be accepted and it'll be the final thing.
Oh, I
So
see.
this is all what we discussed at our last workshop meeting. Is there any discussion, or is there a motion to approve the?
Motion to approve, can we just approve the packet, include all three?
I would just list, I would list the three
Right.
things.
Right,
Because the modified.
Motion to
The
approve.
modified host community agreement template, because it is a template.
yeah,
It's the template for agreements.
right,
Okay. You want to make a motion?
sure.
Okay. Go ahead.
Motion to approve the marijuana social equity policy, grading criteria and matrix, and the modified host community agreement template
Second.
as presented.
Motion by Anne Marie, second by Peter. Is there any further discussion? Any public comment? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, abstentions? It's unanimous. All right then.
Check.
Yes, and I just have to say that the select board did yeoman's work on that, so.
Thank you very much, we appreciate it.
You're welcome. Okay.
Alrighty.
Town administrators report.
Thanks. So I have a little bit of a longer one this evening, but we're running ahead of schedule, so.
That's good. We're doing good. We're moving right along.
I want to give you an update on the Academy and Main Street intersection project. All ADA accessible concrete sidewalks throughout the project are now complete. This includes a continuous travel lane throughout the work zone for access to all businesses. The new concrete driveway apron for the side alley by Mahoney's on Main is now also complete and usable by traffic. We worked with all of the business owners and poured the concrete panels on Monday so they would not interfere with access over the weekend. Pedestrians have full access to the work zone until we do the bituminous paving in the roadway. The following work is due to be complete tomorrow before the 4th of July holiday. A saw cut at the curbing for an even transition for the future pavement. The area for the brick sidewalk inlay will be temporarily filled by DPW during the parade for safety purposes. That temporary fill will be removed when we're ready to set the brick. Drainage inlet reconstruction before paving and the concrete islands. The work that is outstanding that will be completed after the holiday during and scheduled for the week of July 8th includes the brick inlay installation on the northern sidewalk, pavement at the Chamber of Commerce entrance and south side of Main Street for new drainage, and the textured pavement treatment within the intersection box. Anticipated completion is Friday, July 12th. Besides the road paving, we are in the cleanup phase already and should be in great shape for the parade on Thursday.
Great.
The next item is an update on DNR. Ms. Hannah Lawrence is due to begin work as the next DNR director on July 15th. I would like to sincerely thank Emily Bakayaki for her very hard work over the past couple of months to keep things moving forward. There have been a lot of things for Emily to address, including a breakdown of the mooring process that occurred earlier this year. I want to share a copy of an email from Emily to the DNR staff that helps explain how we are addressing the problem. And from Emily, I'm quoting, I have included all of the 2024 Bourne Cove Masters as well as the DNR staff on this email. First of all, happy 4th of July week. It is going to be a fun, busy, crazy weekend, and I appreciate you all being on board and present for it. In whatever capacity you serve the DNR department, thank you. Next, I would like to address the mooring permit situation. As you know, DNR went through a massive personnel shift just a couple months ago. As we have sorted through the moorings and dinghy permits, we still have a lot to go through and process. Our department will work as hard as we can to get through this, and we apologize for any stress or anger this has brought to mooring customers and everyone on this email. Here are a few things we would like to assure everyone, as many mooring permits still need to be reviewed and processed. If a mooring permit has not been processed yet, please contact Town Hall with the owner's information. No citations will be issued if a boater is using a mooring without a permit because they are still waiting to be processed. After the mooring permit is processed, then it is expected that the mooring customer will follow the Bourne mooring regulations. If there are any questions from mooring customers or cove masters, you may contact the DNR office directly. Until we have completely caught up with all of the mooring permits and renewals that need to be processed, we will not hold anyone but ourselves accountable. We apologize for the delay, and we will continue to work on it. Finally, I want to say to you again, to everyone who works tirelessly for Bourne DNR and the town of Bourne, thank you. It has much appreciated. Everyone have a safe and happy 4th of July. I also want to thank Emily for her leadership with this difficult issue, and I also want to apologize to the mooring holders for the mistake. We are committed to doing a better job in the future, and we have also taken down some signs that some people have noticed in Town Hall that were unfriendly in nature, and all staff at the DNR window has been directed to answer all questions related to moorings to anyone who walks in through our doors. Finally, I'd like to provide you a staffing update for a number of positions. I'm going to skip the fire positions, except for to say the assessment center will be held at the end of this month, and the results will be sent to civil service to generate the promotional list for the permanent chief appointment. The posting for the health director position closes on July 10th, and we are in the process of developing interview questions and determining the interview panel members and their availability to hold the interviews. And finally, Sam Barrett started yesterday as facilities manager. He has hit the ground running and is hard at work orienting himself to all of the town's buildings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Minutes, June 4th, 2024.
Motion to, oh,
A
sorry.
motion to approve the minutes of June 4th, 2024.
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, abstentions, it's unanimous. Okay. Committee reports.
I don't know if it's a committee report, but maybe we'll wait to the end and I'll say it. I'm gonna ask for a point of personal
Okay.
privilege.
I'm just gonna go real quick then. I'm very superstitious, so my committees actually start after today because I got sworn in again just today. I'm weird that way, so, but I did see a message that came in from, as the liaison between Joint Base Cape Cod, the Gibbons Gate will be closed on July 4th. If access is required, please contact the BDOC at extension 4879 and utilize the alternate gate off E Inner Road. That is my committee report for the Joint Base Cape Cod. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody else? No, I just did funerals last week.
Yeah, that's pretty much what other than, that's really about it. We haven't met, as any of the committees since our last meeting.
Okay. Next item is correspondence.
Select Board's correspondence for July 2nd, 2024. A, DEP letter, Ordinance Area 1, Decision Document Concurrence. B, DEP information, designation of best available nitrogen reducing technology. C, Fink request, add facilities to Clark Field. D, Perry Ave, street name change request, archive comments. E, Pedestrian Bikeway Committee resignation and appointment. F, Housing Authority resignation, Fred Bartholomew. G, 25 Little Bay Lane pier application. H, Upper Cape Tech minutes from May 9th, 2024. I, Xfinity channel change. J, letter regarding 2 Head of the Bay Road, former Exxon station. K, letter regarding select service registration. L, memorial request, Nolan Kearney. And M, email regarding Teller's Point boat slip.
Okay.
That's it.
Madam Chair,
Yes?
is item L, the memorial request, is that gonna be on a future agenda or anything?
Well, so the next item is future agendas related to correspondence and other items for discussion. So I want to say that, I first want to say that, and I'm only going to talk about a couple of the upcoming meetings. Hold on a second. So, July 16th. July 16th, right now, I have a joint meeting with the Bourne Veterans Memorial, the trustees of the veterans community, to try to fill that vacant position. We have a possible discussion on the train ESMA change order for the school's wastewater treatment plant. Is that the one that we're doing first, for the HVAC, that one? Then we have appointing the wastewater advisory committee members. Then we have discussion of digital equity priorities. Then we have discussion of continued membership of the SciTech, and then we also have something we deferred from that. July 23rd, we have the workshop for the comprehensive wastewater management plan. And August 13, we have joint meeting with the planning board to discuss to fill that vacancy. And then we'll hopefully have a final report on the Academy in Maine. So I just want to let you know that's what I have. And then the question is, are there items in correspondence that people would like to have agenda items for?
I would like L on a future agenda at some point.
What was it?
L.
L is a memorial request
And
for
it's,
a bench, and it's, it's kind of interesting that at the same time, we should have sort of the policy discussion, which has sort of been drifting around as something that we should maybe reconsider, and we've just had other priorities. So we can put that discussion in the memorial policy on a future future agenda.
That's good.
The other,
Oh, Cara Garcia?
As a gentleman that wants to come
Red
up,
flag.
he may be asking about what we're
Okay.
talking.
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Francis Kearney. So I asked the town if we could put a memorial bench for my nephew who passed away last August. And I just wanted to make sure that I have all the information so that I can, cross all my Ts and dot all the Is to get this thing in as soon as possible. So if you could just give me like a little mini education on next steps, what I need to do, if there's anything more I need to do, and best possible outcome as to when you think perhaps we could place this bench down there.
so we can't discuss correspondence
In-
items at this meeting. That's why we're going to have to put it on to another meeting. So it's possible that we can maybe get it on the July 16th agenda, which is our next meeting.
Yeah.
The next meeting after that is until like the middle of August, so
Right.
I'll see what I can do about that. Before it's on the agenda, I can talk to the town administrator and see if there's anything in particular that we might need from you. The problem is that the request is not within our policy, so we have to have a kind of a waiver of our policy. So I will make every attempt. We'll be in touch with you when it's going to be on the
Yeah,
agenda.
so-
So we
I-
can
I-
help.
Thanks for that, I appreciate that. I do have a follow-up question, if that's all right. I guess initially, they, in order to name something, the person had to be deceased for 5 years, correct?
Yes.
That's what
All
the
right, and
policy
it-
says right now.
Right, and then and it also required 50 signatures. I was told that they're gonna, 10 signatures would suffice, and it was gonna be brought up in this particular meeting. Best case scenario, we would know on the 16th. So I'm just, I just wanna relay this message on to the family members. We're gonna have 26 people down between now and the end of the month. And it would be awesome if we could just place that down at the beach where,
Okay, so let's, I think your contact information is in with
Yeah.
your letter.
Yeah.
So let me try to be in touch with you about how we can coordinate this.
okay.
Okay.
Just so I can, get my mind set on this, when do you think I'll hear from you on this?
As soon as I know.
All right. You think of like next week kind of thing, or before the 16th?
I-
And I don't mean to put this.
No, we have to post the agenda before the 16th.
Yeah.
I will be in touch with you as soon as I know
Okay.
what it is.
All right, thank you.
Okay? You're
All right,
welcome.
thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
The,
And just for the other gentleman in the audience, he's here for Bourne Lacrosse, I believe, so, and we've already voted, that's just to let him know.
Well, you're here for-
we gave you
yeah,
unanimous
you're
already.
all set. For your event?
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're all set.
I'm
Okay.
not that tech savvy and was trying to watch and join the.
I thought I saw you on the screen. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
he on Zoom
That
earlier?
was, yeah. With the sky in the
sorry.
background.
You don't have to be. It was wonderful. We already
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
care of
So,
it.
yeah, we approved your event.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
the only thing that we did say that, talk to DPW about where they want the grills or where they don't want them, just to make sure it's all cool.
Okay,
That's all.
yeah, we have a site plan set up, and they said as long as we're near the pavilion, but we're not underneath anything, is how the fire department put it. and,
Okay.
Parks and,
All right, so then you're all good.
You're good.
Awesome.
Yep.
Great.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Have a good evening.
Thanks for coming all the way
Sorry you
down.
didn't pay attention.
I live right up the street.
Oh, that's
Well,
good.
They said, is anybody here? I wasn't aware of whether or not I was supposed to be here for.
All right, we appreciate you
Okay,
driving all the way
thank you
over.
very much.
Thank you.
The only other piece of correspondence that I want to mention is the person who wrote about Brianna Flanders,
Yeah,
who
about
wrote
four.
about her Taylor's Point slip, that they paid their $5,000 in February and then they had to sell their boat. And she was interested in some sort of waiver. The contract is pretty clear that there are no refunds. It is a lot of money for someone to pay. It's not in the policy. I don't know if the board wants to discuss it or if the board just wants to stick with policy and say it's pretty clear in the policy.
It's one thing to refund it, but if they have someone that's ready to jump in and take that SWIFT, so the town, to make the town whole, it's one thing, but I don't know if what Emily has on for a waiting list for that size boat.
We cannot call the wait list every time somebody wants to
A refund.
get a refund.
Yeah.
We just can't commit to doing that.
I think at this point in time, we should adhere to the policy, but I think the policy is it's worth taking a look at the policy.
Exploring it.
And just as a review, maybe we do it in the subcommittee, I don't know. And then bring it forth. If we get it on the policy subcommittee agenda, if the board so chooses. But I think it's important to follow policy and not get into the weeds of operations with town hall.
Right, because then it'll happen, it'll keep happening and happening.
Well, yeah,
So, and
we
they
have
should
to be
maybe
careful
look at
about
the
precedent,
policy.
right? And the
Right.
precedent we set.
Right.
I mean, that's really important, or interfering with town operations.
Right.
The policy's in place for a reason. It's unfortunate circumstances and situation. I do have some issues and concerns for the policy, but I haven't taken a dive into it.
Yeah, that was sort of my thought, you know.
so-
It could be, maybe it's something we could look at later to figure out maybe a certain timeline, or if there's a certain amount of time between the, you know, the new year and the, you know.
Right, so the
Something
marina.
like that,
yeah.
so that somebody like this might not,
The
you know,
marina
get stuck.
contract, it runs from, I want to say May 1st to October 31st.
Yeah, that's right.
Because you have to get your boat out by,
Right,
before
by
November
November
1st.
1, yeah, before
So,
November 1, yeah.
you know, it would seem if there was some sort of cancellation before the season, then it might make sense, but, you know, sort of notifying us June 23rd, when the season's kind of, so. I will,
It's a very tough situation, but I think we
It
do have
is,
to
and I
adhere to
think it's
policy.
worth
and
looking
it's-
at policy.
Right.
You know, it does bring some things into question, but,
Policies are meant to be updated from time to
That's-
time or looked at from time to
Right,
time, so.
yeah.
we just-
Yeah.
but I do think that we also have a new DNR director that's coming in, and so that kind of discussion needs to happen with the new DNR director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, if, the other thing that happens that she pointed out is that, you know, if she doesn't use a slip, the town can rent the slip. And then the town gets the money, and they get her money, and then they get the rental money. So that's another,
Yes, true.
so that's another thing to think about, so.
right.
So is this,
But again,
So they're better
what's
off
the
using,
policy?
keeping the slip for the summer.
But what's the policy? What does the policy state with
What
respect
happens
to
if
that?
they,
having a
do they
transient?
have to have their boat in it? You know, can
you
they?
have to,
Now that she's
actually, you have to
paid, right.
notify the town if your boat's gonna be away for
Somewhere,
24
right.
hours.
Okay, I was wondering
So the
what that
town can
was,
rent
right.
it.
Okay.
You know, they don't want it to go unused.
Oh, sure.
That's
So
part of the
There's a lot of
contract.
there is a
people
long
waiting.
wait list for the marinas.
There's a very
Of
long.
course, I
Yes.
mean, I was a boater once myself. My parents were, not me, so
Yeah.
I know this
Yeah, it's a
criteria.
long.
So is, pleasure to, do you want to send this to the policy subcommittee? Or do you want to have another meeting at some point in time? And probably not till September.
Policy subcommittee and then
yeah.
just go for the process in the fall.
Let the subcommittee look at it, I think. we
Okay.
should.
And allow opportunity for the new DNR to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some time to break, you know, to get, you know,
Can I just ask a question?
Yes.
Schedule-wise, because right now, as far as I'm concerned, the policy subcommittee is the policy workshops that we've got laid out.
Yes, so we are
Yes,
scheduled
yes.
for July and August
Yes.
and September.
Yes.
So that's why I
Yeah.
said fall.
Yes.
not back on that old schedule of, you know, policy sub where we're looking at roadways.
No, we're
and-
not, we
No, we're
can't
doing-
entertain this until,
Okay, I
Until
just wanted
after
to
the
make
other
sure,
schedule.
I just wanted to
Yes.
make sure that everybody understood
Yes.
that. Right now, we have policy meetings already on the
Correct.
books for the
Correct.
CWMP,
Yes.
marijuana,
Yes.
and CWMP.
and
Yes.
those are the policy subcommittee.
are-
They're full meetings, but they are the policy subcommittee
Yeah.
meetings scheduled over the next couple of months.
Yeah,
Okay, thank
no,
you.
yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was a board decision about what to do about this letter. Okay. So we will have a discussion of L as soon as administratively possible. Next meeting day is July 16th. And I believe we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Melissa, second by Anne Marie. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous. 8:30 PM.
Wow.
Wow.